The most anticipated film of 2021 is finally here. Spider-Man No Way Home. Spoiler free, we're going to talk about it right now. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to, yes, my spoiler-free review for Spider-Man No Way Home. We're going to talk about some basic plot details and really not much else other than actually reviewing the film, because I know this is one that I've been hearing from a lot of people, no spoilers, no spoilers. For one, I hate a spoiler anyway, but for something like this with so much anticipation, I tried very hard not to even see any trailers for this movie. I finally did see one when I took my nephews to see Ghostbusters, because we wanted to get there early and get the seats and all of this. So I did see a few trailers in there. I saw the upcoming Marvel one, Morbius, as well in there, which does not look very good, by the way, but that's neither here nor there. No Way Home is what we're here to talk about. I am wearing, by the way, this shirt that I've had since Spider-Man 3 came out. This is an official Spider-Man 3 shirt from whatever year that was, 2008? Something like that, 2010? I honestly have no idea when that came out, but somewhere in that range. This is an old shirt is what I'm saying, but it is originally from Spider-Man 3, and I think factors in kind of well to talking about No Way Home, which we'll get to in a moment. Before all of that, I do want to welcome you to Dan Reviews It. Thank you for finding this video and my channel. Please consider subscribing down below there. Would love to have you aboard. We review TV shows, movies, and sometimes even food on this channel. A lot of interesting things to find. I try to post at least 4 or 5 videos a week, sometimes every day. But anyway, let's get to the movie at hand, Spider-Man No Way Home. So this is, of course, the third one in the Tom Holland universe of Spider-Man and the MCU as a whole. And, of course, he's been in, a lot more than just, 1, 2, and 3. He was in the Avengers movies, and he was in Civil War and all of this. So the guy's been around, and we love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I do, at least. I think he is the best one. But, you can certainly compare and contrast, I think, a little bit with this film. So this is a direct sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming. And now we are in Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which started early this year with WandaVision on television, and then we've gotten a whole host of TV shows and movies since then. I recently reviewed Eternals, and it was the worst of the MCU films I have seen, which I've seen all of them, but in my opinion, it's the worst. I gave it a D+. But then before that was Shang-Chi, which I loved. So this one is certainly one of the most fun movies of the year. I did not see it in a big crowd because I happened to be working a lot this weekend, so the earliest I was going to be able to get to it would be probably Sunday night. I didn't want to wait that long because of the spoilers. So luckily I do work at a movie theater, so once I was able to see the movie at midnight, I did that with a couple of friends. So it was not in a packed house. It wasn't a big, group, just the 3 of us watching it. So, I didn't have the pleasure, I guess you could say, of all the, massive crowd reaction responses. But I think, the 3 of us responded pretty well to what was going on screen. A lot of laughs here, some funny dialogue, and, of course, I love the Ned character right from that first Spider-Man film with Tom Holland. He was one of my favorite characters, so I loved him. I love seeing Zendaya and Tom Holland, on screen together, and knowing that they're in a relationship in real life. The chemistry is palpable, certainly, from that, and then once you add on top of that they're dating in real life, it's like, oh, now they're even cuter together. And, of course, Marissa Tomei is back as Aunt May, and Jon Favreau as Happy Hogan from, of course, going back all the way to the first Iron Man movie, but, what we've been through with him and Aunt May these last couple of movies. And then if you saw any, of the trailers or anything, Stephen Strange, Doctor Strange, has a pretty heavy role here as well. Benedict Cumberbatch, and of course we're gearing up for the next, installment of the Doctor Strange franchise as well, which is the multiverse of madness. And I will, since we're talking about Doctor Strange here, because I don't even really want to say too much about how any of these characters factor in and what they're doing and whatever. But I will say, in terms of the non-spoiler type of stuff, I do want to say to all of you out there that are like me and do not like to watch trailers, don't stay for the end credits sequence here. Marvel always does the end credit sequence. It's just a trailer for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So I was kind of annoyed by that because it's like I, try very hard not to see trailers because I like to go into a movie, completely, fresh. But anyway, so that's my word to the wise there. I know it's a little bit of a spoiler for what the end credits sequence is here, but if you're like me and don't like the trailers, leave after the mid-credits sequence goes through. But anyway, so Spider-Man's identity was revealed at the end of the last film. Jake Gyllenhaal's character, who I can't think of the name of right now. It's 3 a.m, so I apologize. I can't think right now of his name. But the Gyllenhaal character revealed that yes, it's Peter Parker. So now everybody knows, So now he is sort of public enemy number one, thanks to J. Jonah Jameson and his news program. So he goes to Doctor Strange and says, what can you do about this? Can you cast a spell and this and that? So due to some convoluted things that happen during that, unbeknownst to anybody, they sort of have opened up the trenches to the multiverse, and that is where some characters emerge from previous films that maybe you've read about, maybe you've seen in the trailers. We're not going to go into that sort of territory, but I will say it was nice to see some old friends, yeah. So just because this is a very fun movie, though, is it among the best movies of the year? No, it's not. That sort of a lot of these Marvel movies are very fun, but when it gets down to it, we have some complaints here and there about them, right? Not all of them. Shang-Chi, like I said, was great, but in this one specifically, yes, a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, good times, seeing some people and some cool action sequences like always, and some fun set pieces, all of that. But let's break it down now with, realistically, how is this movie, as a movie, not just as an experience. And there are some problems with it. I can say that right now. I did feel the length a little bit, but again, I didn't watch it till midnight, and I'm a night owl anyway, but I was a little tired, so perhaps the 2.5 hour runtime, dragged a little bit as far as I'm concerned. Not too much, though. I mean, much like West Side Story that I saw the other night, also, very late. It didn't affect me that much. But you could have trimmed maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes off of it. I think we would have been okay. Also, the main battle takes place at night. And, yeah, there's some okay lighting, of course, but there's a lot of times, because there's so much going on in that final battle, where I just was like, all right, I'm not exactly sure, like, who just hit who and what's going on here. So that, affected me a little bit. It was, fun, and a lot going on, a lot to look at, but, not my favorite of the ending Marvel battle scenes, Also, I do think a little bit of the stuff from maybe some other movies sneaking in here, at some points did seem a little bit fan servicey or gimmicky. Once we really got into the meat and potatoes of the story, I didn't feel that way as much because I felt like, okay, at least we're sort of building off of this idea that we started, and so we're maybe not getting You know, we're actually developing some things here. We're not just you know, cherry picking and saying, oh, okay, isn't that interesting that such and such is doing that or whatever. It, you know, didn't seem as fan service and gimmicky the longer we went along. But there are a few lines here that are a little bit, you know, on the nose, a little bit sort of corny and whatever. But look, it's all part of the fun. So overall, and you know, back to some of the positives. Some emotional moments as well. I did tear up at one point. I will say that. So you know, that always gets me. I guess there's been a few Marvel movies where I've certainly cried at some things. Most definitely Endgame. Um, but yeah, so that is certainly not new to me. And I've certainly done it even in some Spider-Man movies, I believe. But yeah, so this one got me a little bit in that regard as well. But overall, I put this in the very good, not quite great camp. I'm going to leave No Way Home with a B plus. Now, the first one, Homecoming, was an A. Far From Home is sort of in this range. I think I probably gave it a B plus or a B maybe. But yeah, this one's certainly a huge improvement on the Eternals. That wouldn't have been hard, but you know, I think maybe a slight improvement over the last Spider-Man movie as well, Far From Home. But yeah, looking forward to what is next for this group of characters and actors portraying them, because obviously the next time we'll see Spider-Man, I think, is going to be in Into the Spider-Verse 2, which comes out next year. Although it's Marvel, so Tom Holland's Spider-Man could appear in any one of the movies coming out next year or any of the TV shows. We don't know. But in terms of Spider-Man, the character, I believe we'll see him next in the Into the Spider-Verse 2, which, by the way, loved that Into the Spider-Verse. That is my all-time favorite Spider-Man movie. So I'm looking forward to what they do with that next. But anyway, hopefully that was not too spoilery. I really, you know, if you saw even one trailer, I don't think I told you anything new there. Because I know movies like this, everybody wants to sort of keep a lid on things. But anyway, thank you for watching, and we'll see everybody next time on Dan Reviews It. Bye.